Okay then, welcome back. Unfortunately, my co-caster Tempo is having a couple of internet problems, but hopefully he'll join us for Game 2. But right now we're in Game 1 between our two players. This is our winner's match, so the victor of this series will advance onwards to the round of 16. And it could be either of these two players. The first one is our red Terran up here in the top left-hand corner. Representing Team Pro Dolly, Kelazhur. He is going to be playing against the player who barely needs an introduction. The blue Zerg player in the bottom right from Evil Geniuses, Jaedong. And Kelazhur's Reaper making its way in here. Trying to poke down a drone. Not quite going to get it though. Oh, it was close. That could have been the last shot on the drone, I think, but Kelazhur missed it. And Kelazhur, of course, just took out Scarlet. Or at least knocked her down to Lazarus bracket, and yeah, that was a pretty impressive achievement. I don't think anybody came in here expecting Kelazhur to be able to pull that off, but he did. So I think he once again is the underdog against Jaedong, but Jaedong is, some would consider him to be a much stronger player than Scarlet. So we'll see if Kelazhur can pull something a little unexpected off again. And Jaedong's going to be breaking down these rocks into the back of his natural, which is a great decision because if the Terran does manage to siege up a couple of tanks behind them, and they start shelling away on the gas, on the hatchery, on all the drones, it can be a real pain to deal with without being able to just walk down the rocks and kill him. Of course, it looks like Kelazhur, don't think he's not going to be going for that anyway. With the reactor on the factory, 2 Hellions at a time, all very, very normal coming out of him. And Jaedong might be able to see that. The Hellions actually just moved back up, but with a Overlord placed where we see it right here, Jaedong got very good vision of all of his opponent's ramp and everything that moves in and out of it. And Jaedong's Overlord spread is consistently really, really strong, and he's showing that in this game as well. He's got Overlords positioned all over the map in crucial key locations. But now we see the Hellions moving out for Kelazhur, and actually moving out with 6 is okay. No, he's moving out with 4. I just couldn't count the dots on the map. So yeah, I was going to say moving out with 4 Hellions is pretty normal. He's got that extra Reaper with it as well. From probably why I had a little difficulty counting them on the map, but. Yeah, 4 Hellions is normally when you move out, and he's going to run around, see the third base, but there's not much he can do to it here. It'll take a little bit of damage, but Jaedong will eventually spread his creep up there, and the Queens will be able to move around and actually defend against it. Of course, Jaedong's also finishing up his speed, or has finished up his speed. There's quite a lot of Lings, and those Lings are coming down, and I think Jaedong's just going to try and get his Queens in good position behind, and then have the Lings wrap around onto those Hellions, but Kelazhur gets out before Jaedong can actually pull that off, which is pretty nice. Oh, and the Reaper picks off a creep tumor as well. Yeah, it's a nice pick off, but nothing really at all crucial done by the Hellions. And Jaedong is actually spreading out his creep to past the rock, so there's a definite possibility he could take a 4th base at that location, which would be really cool to see, as well as this Overlord has seen double E-bays and all the CC being added on by Kelazhur sort of points towards a macro game. So it looks like that's what we're going to see. And actually, Jaedong's going for it again, trying to wrap around and catch these Hellions. He's going to manage it on this ramp. Oh my god, fantastic surround with all the Hellions. Kelazhur is just trying to get away, but I don't think he's going to manage it. And every single Hellion goes down. Jaedong, fantastic positioning there, just keeping the Hellions in place with his Queens. I think he did sacrifice the Queen to do it. No, actually, he didn't even lose the Queen. Yes, down there, injecting as natural. So, yeah, really good play by Jaedong. So he secures complete map control. Kelazhur will have nothing else that can really move out and threaten Jaedong for quite a while now. And Jaedong can send his Lings over to these watchtowers, get the extra vision, and just, went ahead in the map control game and get further ahead. The Lings could be anywhere right now, and Kelazhur wouldn't be able to. There's nothing here to know about, and it looks like Jaedong will be taking that as his 4th base. He's sent his Lings over there just to check up on it. Yeah, cool stuff there. A few Lings going out for scouting as the 3rd base for Kelazhur lands. I think, oh yeah, there we go. The Ling sees these units moving out, and the Overlord sees the third base as well. So, yeah, Jaedong knows everything that's going on with Kelazhur right now, and back home he's getting Overlord speed, his Mutalisks up, and as well as his upgrades. Actually, Kelazhur, surprisingly, the upgrades are about even, but usually the Zerg player is ahead in upgrades in ZVT. Up until 3-3 comes in, because Zerg has to get high for 3-3, and Terran doesn't really have to get anything. They have to get the armory for 2-2. But yeah, Jaedong not as far ahead as most Zergs in this upgrade game, but drop coming in. There's already a Spore Crawler and a Spine actually in Jaedong's natural, so that's going to be pushed away with next to no damage. And Jaedong has tried to take fourth base. It looks like the drop's going to go Overlord hunting, but they have to be a bit careful with these Banelings, and a good connection. And then Kelazhur lifts up and gets on out of there. But Jaedong's sitting at 74 drones now. He can lay back on those for a good long while, start getting all of his units up, and we just saw a big round of Lings finish up. There's some Mutalisks on the way as well. And a little engagement coming in the middle of the map. I think we're just going to see a lift up from Kelazhur. There it is, and he's going to back right out of there, because he really just can't fight that. Actually, oh no, there is an army. I was just wondering why Kelazhur hadn't started his 2-2 yet, but there it is. I guess just a little bit later, but it's all good. Jaedong's creep spread is looking really good as well. Not just from Mutalisk control, not so hard, and actually an uncharacteristic slip up, because Jaedong, one of the things he's most famous for is just controlling his Mutalisk expertly well, but losing just 2 there, which is it's fine. But yeah, Jaedong's creep spread is looking pretty good. It's going to be pushing on towards Kelazhur's fourth base as and when Kelazhur looks at taking that. And also, I really like something Jaedong does very well, is just getting little groups of units around the map ready for counterattacks. So when Jaedong sees Kelazhur's forces step out onto creep, he can go, well, that's, your forces aren't going to be your third. And there we go. Immediately, as soon as his forces hit the edge of creep, this little Lingbane counterattack is going to be running into the third base, and it gets in there. The Lings come in and are going to be focusing that down, and then as the Banes roll in, they're going to get a big hit on all of these SCVs, and a lot of them go down, as well as a lot of damage done to the bunker. And Kelazhur is just focusing on saving his third right now, just now moving forwards again on Jaedong creep, as Jaedong prepares to hold this. And there's a lot of Banelings here. The first little group gets sent in to try and take out these Widowmines, and all the Widowmines are spent or eliminated. No, there's still one more back, but yeah, now a lot of the Widowmines are spent and eliminated, and more Banelings have been morphed up. Kelazhur is going to back off. It looks like Jaedong gives chase. Widowmine gets a decent hit on some of his units, but he can start cleaning it up. It looks like he's defending this pretty well, though he will need to respread the creep back up there. If he can get it joining up to the edge of this ramp, and some Banelings getting a little bit too keen there, although they do take out a lot of Widowmines, which is a really great pickoff. Now there's just one Widowmine left in this army, no Widowmines for Kelazhur, and without the splash to deal with the Banelings, with the Lings, it's going to be super tough for him to actually push in towards Jaedong. And with Jaedong on 4 bases, Kelazhur really does need to start pushing in towards him and start forcing some damage. Because right now Jaedong isn't being forced to spend anything that much on Banelings, and actually he's going to move in here. Kelazhur's spread onto creep, and the splits are pretty good, but that just means that Jaedong's Lings do more damage. And yeah, without the Widowmines, Jaedong actually doesn't need the big Baneling connection to take out that Fireball. With how split up it was, the Lings get great rounds on practically every single Marine. So, yeah, sometimes splitting is a bad thing. And once again, Jaedong with a counterattack running in here. He's actually going to go focus down the bunker. And the 2 Banelings are going to make their way into... they don't quite get the greatest hits, but he takes down the bunker and, pulls Kelazhur's forces back again, buys himself some more breathing room. And his hive is finishing up as well, relatively shortly, so he can start getting on cracklings. He can start getting his 3-3 upgrades again, maybe even mixing some Broodlords. Broodlords are awesome. So yeah, everything's looking really rosy for Jaedong. No sign of a 4th base for Kelazhur yet at all. It's going to be difficult for him to even secure a location for it. And Jaedong sends in a small group of Banelings first, and they get they get some connections, nothing too big. And picking off Widowmine with the Mutalisks. Kelazhur just scans to make the turn. He sees this enormous army. So many Banelings here for Jaedong. 54 Banelings out on the field right now. He could even bust down that Thor and have Banelings left over. And the Banelings are actually just going to go straight for the army. Useless off, he's going to focus down this third base. And that's going to fall almost immediately. The Banelings going off continually. They move up the ramp up here. And they are going to bust through the Thor. Down it goes. And now Kelazhur's main has been broken. His third's been broken. His natural has been broken, and now the Banelings are rolling up into the main. And yeah, that's a lot of damage being taken right now. Dropping down to 60 supply for Kelazhur, while Jaedong sits up at 65. And this is looking like GG for game one. And there it is. Congratulations to Jaedong taking out game one in that series.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are here on game number 2 of the winners match of the Group A of ASL Prime Season 3. I am Tempo, joined by Trigonal, and we are going to be spawning on Foxtrot Labs, and this player, who is here in the top left corner, representing Team Evo Geniuses, he is up 1 game. Can he close it out? It is Jaedong.
And his opponent, back against the wall, 1 game away from losing this series, but he'll still have a chance, even if he does. It's the Blue Terran from Pro Dolly, Kelazhur.
Alright. TVZ, just coming off a TVZ as well, but last game was looking pretty dominant in this man's favor here, Jaedong. Showing how to do that GVT quite a bit.
Yep.
In the macro fashion. Yeah. And looked pretty strong, so. Yeah,
this is this the same map order? Not quite the same map order, but both of these maps were played in Kelazhur versus Scarlet as well. This was map 3, though. Foxtrot Labs. So, what was map 2? Overgrowth? No. Maybe
it was
map 1.
Nimbus,
okay.
and then Foxtrot, yep.
Yeah. Alright. So, they've just skipped out Nimbus and gone straight to
Foxtrot.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't even know what the third map is, to be honest.
Me neither, but still. Jaedong this game going for the hatch first, which is much safer, and then putting down that spawning pool right between the gases. I guess that makes it a little harder for the Reaper to jump between the gases and go around them. And also it looks kind of pretty.
It just looks cool, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sort of like a little Mickey Mouse. Like if Mickey Mouse had really weird ears.
It does.
And one of them had like grown an extraction on it.
Well, hopefully it's like infested Mickey, new skin.
Yeah, that'll be something.
But Foxtrot, last time we saw Kelazhur doing quite a interesting strategy where he just pretty much pushed down the middle of the map and had a little bit more than Scarlet could actually handle. So we'll see if the same thing kind of happens this game. It's always good to be able to play the same matchup on a same map. And, maybe stick to your guns, but Kelazhur, is he opening up the same way? Yeah, he is, right? Here comes the Reaper. Reactor on the barracks, getting the command center as well. And Jaedong, yeah, he's doing the same kind of thing too. Hatchery first, gas into that pool, getting those queens as well as the speed. And he's pulled out of gas, but he has 1 still mining as well, so he should be able to deal with whoa, nice little micro here from Kelazhur. Whoa! Yeah, Jaedong's drone micro is actually pretty sick though. A lot of the times you'll see a Zerg player make the Spore Crawler or the Extractor incredibly fast, but he just tries to move it around till the last minute.
Yeah, absolutely to the last second, and that Reaper does get out through the little pathway in the back, and that pathway in the back is something that's present in these spawning locations and not the other. And I think it's one of the 2 big ways in which these spawning locations are better for Kelazhur than when he played his match against Scarlet, which he won eventually. The disadvantage for him is it's a slightly shorter distance, especially from third to third. So when he parade pushes, it's going to be harder for him to get his units there. Like Jaedong will have a bit better defensive advantage and a bit more forewarning if he's got good map vision, and Jaedong usually does.
And the third that he's taken as well, right? It's a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, definitely. And also there's the fact that Reaper has a few more access paths, and Jaedong has to break down these rocks to take his third. Like, Jaedong wants to have his third going down about now, and his two choices are either the gold, which is incredibly vulnerable, or the one behind the rocks, which is behind rocks, so he's going to have to break those down. Ooh, this is a Roachron coming out of Jaedong.
Yeah, and look at here from Kelazhur. He's going for that build that we did see on Nimbus as well, with the Medevac and the Hellions being produced. If we see an armory, yes, we do. And Jaedong, though, is going for roaches, like you said. Oh my god, this could be a disaster for Kelazhur, because that's pretty much the hard counter to Hellbats if you do get roaches. But Banelings, usually you'll see a Ling Bane in the early game in order to deal with the earlier Hellbat push. But if you're the type that is going to go for roaches straight up, Hellbats don't do the greatest against roaches, so we'll see how this plays out for him.
Yeah, they're not the best. I mean, when Kelazhur played his Hellbat push against... Oh, hold on. What's that getting surrounded? A bit of damage done down the Hellion. Not quite killed, though. And... yeah, when Kelazhur did this against Scarlet, Scarlet had Slowlings and Mutalisk, like a Spire building. This time, Jaedong has roaches, and he's got the Queen count as well, and so he's a lot better placed to defend this. So roaches are gonna, start focusing down the Hellbats. Like, a few of them are going down already, kiting away with his Queens really, really nicely. The big strength of the roaches and the Queens versus Hellbats is their kiting potential, because they got longer range, they're faster on the creep. Oh, and Jaedong does manage to focus down the Medevac as well, which kills the longevity of this army. More roaches pop, and this push is gone. All the Queens stay alive as well.
Completely shut down. Jaedong just handles that so easily. And now Kelazhur is only on 26 workers, didn't do the damage that he wanted to do at all, and he faces Jaedong, who is going to be going for road speed, as well as those upgrades, already getting his third up. It was delayed a bit, but I mean, hey, he held that push pretty easily. And he can do whatever he wants here. We haven't seen any more drones come out, but he is at 41. I'm trying to wonder how many he would like to have. He's only mining off of 3 gas, so I think he's actually pretty fine. Ooh. If we just see... oh my god!
Yeah.
Yeah. A Nidus Worm coming out of here from Jaedong, and that'll allow him to go ahead and get some Queens there as well to deal with this Banshee that is coming out of Kelazhur. So I think he has the perfect kind of response here, and may be able to do quite a bit.
Yeah, maybe. It's gonna move. He's gonna need to have to find an angle to get that Nidus in. That's... I'm sure they'll be able to. There's a lot of Kelazhur's base, which is completely in the dark, and Jaedong he's moving his Overlord forward. He's got this patch of vision that Kelazhur just does not have anything looking at. And the Nidus network's finished. Here
and it's in the main. Oh my god, Kelazhur doesn't see it. He doesn't know. The Banshee might be able to spot it. Oh, it barely sees it.
Does he react?
He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He's not paying attention. Oh my god.
Oh my god, no.
And now comes the Nidus and the roaches. Yeah, he definitely
Queens
knows.
as well.
Yep.
Perfect. GG immediately.
Jaedong advances to that round of 16.